Hey, 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 hey. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed, like, hey. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision, like, hey. Shoot him my shot, like, hey. Hit the red dot, like.
On a simply gorgeous night in the Lone Star State, we've got the roof open, and it's time for football, folks, here at NRG Stadium in Houston. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here we go. Whoa.
They'll begin on the ground with Estime. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down, here's Estime. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The Texans at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Hey, Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, it's Estime. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Here we go, let's go. Hey.
Now Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Second and goal from the 1. And they'll run again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, hey.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Boy, this has been a nice first drive for them, but right there, Charles, a sack on 3rd and goal, that's tough.
Yeah, and if you're the head coach and the offensive play caller, if you had any thoughts about going for it on 4th down, it's a much more difficult decision now. Likely kick the field goal, but if you're going to go for it, you better have the perfect play call on your sheet.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's complete. It's Adonai Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early, because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Richardson looking to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. You look at the defense for these Texans. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action. Here's Stroud. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Brings us 2nd and 8 at the Colts 40-yard line.
Robbie.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Texans 3, Colts nothing.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
South.
Stroud. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, Richardson. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now Richardson back to throw it. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here we go.
They'll try the left side with Estime. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Hey.
They'll go again with Estime. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
All right.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Hey, uno. Hey.
Here's Stroud. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Running right, here's Estime. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Stroud looking to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Why, Tony?
Stroud out of the gun here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try it with Estime. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to stretch out their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
and 2.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Richardson lets one go downfield for Pierce. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code that he could not hang on to it.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is. But that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud.
It's caught by Sanders. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Estime.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And Stroud now to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
No. Look to high.
On the give, it's Estime. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Stroud to throw it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Whoa.
The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a first carry here for their running back. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Stroud working out of the gun.
And Diggs has it. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll hand it to Estime.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check, man. Mustang 19. Ready.
Now it's Richardson.
Flush to his right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And his throw is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Richardson.
Forced out to his left. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Richardson working from the gun. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
In motion comes the tight end left. Now Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run. Szn.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's got Pierce.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Ready.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Okay, break.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 8.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A little short pass. This is Everett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let's go. Hop 70, hop 70.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60, 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Richardson off the play fake.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Colts are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, all of a sudden, we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. And the slot man goes in motion left.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Dancing away at the 30.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 70 Lions.
Throwing to start the drive. Richardson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Down the right sideline.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Estimate once more.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
On the set.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Richardson.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Looking to throw. Richardson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Warriors, 70.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
1st down, here's Estime. Down at the 25.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, it's Estime. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they take a knee.
All right.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
I almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our